Hey, check in, check in, check in. Light up the chat, boys. Oh shoot. Who we got? Who we got? Oh sheesh. Let's go. Gang, 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 gang. Boys, fellas, gents. What's happening? We are on for Wednesday nights, boys. We cashing this week. For show, for show. That's right, McCurley. Yeah. Little week one jitters. Your boy kind of forgot what he was doing a little bit. I've been out of the game for a minute, as you would say. I was on time this week. Can we just get a handshake agreement? Y'all are just gonna start like tuning in because I'm sending those texts out just furiously. Furiously? Yeah. Pro tip: fade the dogs the rest of the season. Yes, T Par. I would say that's fair. Um, hey, I didn't say it last time. If you haven't already, subscribe, Cashin McCam YouTube channel, and like the video. You guys didn't do anything to make this video. Me. It wasn't that hard. McCurley, let's go, lad. This episode brought to you by Lawn Dogs of Brandon. Now, if you're not in Brandon, I've got bad news for you. Well, metro area, McCurley. He'll catch you. He'll catch you wherever you may be. Hurricanes rolling through. Maybe you need some preventative measures. My boy McCurley is on the case. Hit him up at, I'll get to that in a little bit, Underdog of the Week. Hoagster, what's good with you, pal? Why did we go to Mississippi State? A question I ask all the time, Tanner. Thank you for chiming in with that one, as it is fair. Really for the education, I would say, Tanner. So, moving forward, we grow it. You grow it, we mow it. Hell of a slogan there, McCurl. I like it. Yeah, like the video right now. Stop what you're doing and like the video if you're just stopping by, hanging out for a few seconds, or if you're in for the long haul, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I didn't say it at all last week, so, my producer was telling me I need to get with it. Tough first week. Okay. Fair to say we did not cash exactly, but the account's still there. The account still has what it needs to proceed with this week. Now, after this week, if it's a tough showing, your boy might be taking a loan. Might need some more sponsorship money from Lawn Dogs at that point. State pays the bill so we can cash. That's right. Jay Roark. Hey, tell your boy Elijah to hop in, Jonathan. I haven't heard from him yet this year. Need to know what he thinks about the Sooners. Hope everyone's having a great week. I know I am. Just absolutely buzzing. Ready for freaking, honestly, NFL. College football is still in the just terrible games phase, but we're going to get through that. And, Texas, Michigan was a bit of a letdown. Michigan stinks. So if you're a Michigan man, maybe reconsider. Texas looks really, really ridiculously good. Sarkisian might be the best play caller in the biz right now. Hot take. But Texas is going to absolutely, that is going to be something else when we go there. State that is. So let's get into it. Ole Miss played the School of the Deaf. This week they play the School of the Blind. So no need to even really go over that. I think they play a team without sense of smell next week. So that'll be a good test for them. State. Let's just say it. Not good. Not good. Sacapuntas or whatever the guy's name just ran train on us. He just did. He did. It was unfortunate. It was a hard watch. And yeah, he ran through our ass like shit through a tin horn, as Coach Saban would say, as we got our first call coming in. You're on Cashin.
Just ran train on it.
Where's Cam?
He did.
You gotta mute. You gotta mute the show when you call in. Hello.
Hello, I got you on there.
All right. What you got for me?
What are you doing, Cam?
Oh man, just running the show here. Lots of people anticipate this every Wednesday night, so here I am
Man,
for the people.
what do you think about this damn Hurricane Irene, Cashin, whatever the hell her name is?
Yeah, Francine's coming in hot, son. She's wet.
Damn it, bull.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah, maybe she won't make it all the way up here to Oxford, West Point, Sebastopol area.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Reb, by God.
Oh, Johnny Reb.
Man, what you sipping on there, Cam?
Well,
you got some that good brown water.
Yeah, that's just with the power going out here soon, I figured I might as well just go ahead and start, pal.
Man, you gotta share a little shot there. Hey, man, don't be taking jabs at my Rebels now, man.
Well, if y'all, Ross Bjork left you a great schedule to lean on during your Lane Kiffin years, so he wasn't bad.
Come on, man.
He wasn't all the way
I got
bad.
the damn Heisman Trophy winner, man, Jackson Dart.
It would be a real shame if he got injured. I mean, a crying shame.
Heisman Trophy winner, baby.
Camera's gone.
What about that old Boudreaux Guidry? You heard from that?
Man, I think Boudreaux, I think around the time you called last year, Johnny Reb, I think you brought your knowledge of the game, and Boudreaux knew this wasn't a place for him. But maybe we'll hear from him again. I don't know.
He may be down there in the bayou in a gyro.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's probably floating around.
Gold Miller Lite or something.
Yeah, if I had to say so, that's where he'll be. But he's probably boots deep in a swamp right now.
What are you doing with the damn Miami hat on? What the shit?
I'll get to that later.
Boy, you and Tyreek gonna get locked up together.
That's my twin.
Well, hey,
Johnny Reb, you go get you a drink, pal.
You be safe out there in that Hurricane Irene. And
it'll probably stay away from you. Yeah, we'll see if the Rebels finally play somebody decent in the next coming weeks. I can answer that. They're not going to. The notorious Johnny Reb calls in again. Known rival of Boudreaux Guidry. Boudreaux hasn't reared his ugly head in quite some time. And so, your boy's locked up with Tyreek. I'll take that. Me and Tyreek are boys. We go way back. I'm glad the camera's doing this to me. Hey, why doesn't stuff work, We're at the beach right now after the hurricane. That's right, Hogue. You ain't scared of no stone. I'm going to make it thunderstorm, like a Flocka once said. And that's really all there is to it. Oh, God, another call rolling through. I don't recognize any of these numbers. Oh, my God. Hello.
Hello, this is Cashin with Cam.
This is Cashin with Cam, and you're on it, pal.
Hey, now, this is Matt McCurley with the Lawn Dogs.
Oh, let's go, brother.
I just wanted to call after that old rebel that called in, telling the dogs might be down, but they're not out.
They're not out, pal. They're not out. We got a real schedule. We're playing the best team in the MAC this week.
Yeah, we may only get 4 wins this season, but we may get 8. Never know. That's why we play the game.
And like I said, it would be a real shame if Jackson Dart were to get injured, and that's that's a shame.
Go for his ankle. Yep.
Well, how's business, Matt? Is business booming?
Business is booming. The grass is growing. Rain's coming down. Sun's shining.
I like it.
But we're actually headed to the beach right now during the hurricane. So I just wanted to call and check in. Going on an old backwoods trip.
Oh, so you boys are about to get rowdy. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, we're getting rowdy. Yep, it's a Wednesday, but it's basically the weekend. So
it's the weekend for you.
Starting it off right.
Club going up on a Wednesday.
That's right.
Floribama's in trouble, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if they're going to be open tonight, but we'll find out.
The Miller Lights are just shaking in their boots.
Well, We'll have to see about that.
All right. Well,
I just wanted to call and check in with the Cashin crew, ready for another good season.
Well, drink one for me, pal. Let's cash this weekend.
All right, let's cash. Peace out, brother.
All right, brother. That's Matt McCurley, your premier sponsor of Cashin with Cam. We ain't scared of no stone. John, what'd you say? Hey, Cam, I'm at the Memphis 901 game live betting. Can you go check the line and send me some locks? Memphis. Do they even make lines for not real soccer? I'm going to check for you, John. DraftKings has it. I guess if you're in Tennessee, it works for you, huh? Let's see what they got him at, John Boy. Happy birthday, by the way, fella. Against the Hartford Athletics. Well, the Birmingham Legion won. They beat the Tampa Bay Rowdies. FC Tulsa. So we're in the second half. It's 0-0. Memphis 901 FC is minus 130 to win this game in regular time, John. Minus 525 for a draw. Both teams' score is plus 265. If you want some excitement, maybe go for that one, John Boy. And a 1-0 finish for Memphis is at plus 190. I would say go for that plus 190 on the 1-0 finish, John. Who else is in here? Tan Man, Hogan, and McCurl are headed to the beach. Godspeed, soldiers. But yeah, anyway. Arizona State ran through State's ass like shit through a tin horn, as Mr. Saban would say. And it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. We played a good fourth quarter, second half-ish. But overall, a bit disheartening. Now, there's a lot of excuses you could make. The desert, the heat, the time difference. We still got, we could pull A&M out. We could maybe pull Arkansas out. But that's, Florida. But obviously UMass, but that's where I'm at. And the phones are hot. God, are the phones hot. All right, I don't like that. I don't like that it does both. I don't like that it does both. Sorry about that, everyone.
Call from Anoi.
You're on Cashin.
Hey, Cam, it's Luke Robinson. How are you?
Oh, it's Luke. How are you, pal?
What's up, dude?
Oh, man, just, waiting on you to call, pal.
Well, first I'm calling into the show, but I had a real bone to pick, and I really wanted to address it with you and see if it affected your bets in any way.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey really flipped the fantasy world upside down this week. Can you kind of run us through that?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what went down?
So I came home from work and proceeded to immediately go take a shit, as one does. I hopped on Underdog. Hopped on the Underdog app. I ripped 2 drafts. Guess who I picked first in both drafts? You can guess.
Was it McCaffrey?
It certainly
was. It McCaffrey?
It was the little white boy himself. And, your boy was screwed from there. And obviously those that own him in ESPN Fantasy screwed. They waited for Monday night. To me, it's nuts that they held out on announcing a running back wasn't playing. It's kind of different if a quarterback doesn't play right because, you
truly insane.
Him, but a running back not playing is kind of and the guy who played had 160 yards. So,
word on the street is they knew Friday.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, he knew he was going to start on Friday, the Trey Mason guy.
Yeah. Well, you know how hard it is to throw an entire season last year to get the first pick in my league?
That's tough.
I really had to lose.
It was a
about
purposeful
9
throw.
games.
Yeah, it was a purposeful throw.
Yeah, it was a purposeful throw, and this is the way I'm treated first game. So, Christian McCaffrey's probably hitting the waivers in my league if anybody's looking for him.
Okay. Well, I think I'm in your league, so I might grab him, actually. The Home Depot might have him on my – you need a Bijan anyway because you're –
I need a Bijan. We'll do a trade ski.
Well, I don't have Bijan. I'll have to acquire him somehow.
Maybe a 2-for-1 deal.
That's something down the road.
All right, that's all I had. I just want to see if he lost you any money.
He certainly did. Lost me around $10 to be exact.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate your insight.
Thanks for calling in.
See you, man.
That was Luke. First fantasy question we've had in quite some time. I'm all about it. Last call. Cam, start Mayfield or Rodgers this week? Never thought this would be a serious question. So, I goofed around in the draft and accidentally drafted Aaron Rodgers and Caleb Williams. Pretty flamboyant group of fellas as far as how they're gonna, get out there and perform. I don't understand why I did that because Caleb Williams obviously is not exactly proven, and Aaron Rodgers is on his last Achilles. I think you got to go with Baker at the Lions. They were 7-point dogs. I think Baker's got a lot to prove, and I think the Titans' defense is pretty good. Obviously, they were facing Caleb Williams, so it's kind of hard to know if that was just Caleb Williams being a rookie or if the Titans' defense was really good. But I mean, Caleb Williams threw for less than 100 yards, which I feel like I could do in an NFL game, maybe. So yeah, I would say probably go with Baker. I thought the Lions looked pretty good, but there were some times in that game that it seemed like there were some holes in the defense. I'm trying to remember if I really noticed a whole lot. I mean, the game went under, but they were also playing Stafford. The Honolulu Blue unis with the Honolulu Blue end zone tricked Matt Stafford into a pick in the end zone. So it's a little bit of an interesting deal. So yeah, I don't know. I think Baker is just like going to consistently be good, and no one's gonna really register it because it's Baker. But I don't think Rodgers has it figured out with the Jets. I mean, obviously that was his first game actually playing with the Jets, and Lazard let him down big time. So last call. Thanks for the question. Onward. What else? Big games happened. Arkansas, Oklahoma State was a big. It was a fun watch. Big game is strong, but it was a fun watch. Went to double OT. Both kickers missed the field goal. There at the end. So I think Arkansas looked a lot better than I anticipated. Their transfer quarterback, was pretty good, pretty quick. And their running back was solid when he wasn't cramping just insanely. That guy cramped every play. Get him some pickle juice. Get him some mustard. Let's see. NFL notables. Giants stink. Jaden Daniels could be good. Chiefs, regular deal, right? We got screwed on that. Let's talk about that. The Ravens. I mean, the refs. It's just so rigged. The refs called like 9 illegal formations or whatever to start the game. The Ravens couldn't get a playoff without some kind of illegal formation or illegal motion or whatever. I forget what the exact call was. They kept calling. But anyway, besides the point, just absolutely nuts start to that game. Lamar, I mean, they looked unorganized. I'll give it that. Like they didn't really look like they were ready for that game. But at the same time, I mean, the Chiefs just break after break after break after break. Speaking of break, T Swizzle, T Kelsey, they might be taking a break from what I hear. Maybe that ruins the Chiefs' seasons. We can only hope. We can only hope. But they got the kid from Texas that's like freaking worthy. He's just so fast, so fast. Let's see. What else happened in the wide world of sports? Tyreek got arrested. So there's that. No comment really. Other than he said twin so often to the officers, which I found objectively hilarious. But I'll get into my Miami pick in a little bit. You know, not a ton with college, especially. I mean, college is not not in the heat of it just yet. The Texas-Michigan game, like I said, let down. Not a lot of great games this weekend either. So, if you got something going on, you need to clean out the garage. Maybe you just throw it on your phone. You have a nice little Saturday. Let's get into it. 3 calls already. Big time. Keep calling in 601-706-9771 and like the video. Tanner is just so down on Mississippi State. I can't blame you, pal. All right. Staying in the state of Arizona here. The Wildcats, which for some reason bear down, are going to also the Wildcats? Am I tripping? I think these are both Wildcats. And cats are out there getting eaten right now, son. If you watched last night, they're eating the cats. They're eating your dogs. Frankly, no one ate dogs when I was president. Oh, I love Arizona. Oh, do I love Arizona. Kansas State couldn't stop Tulane last week. Arizona, I gotta figure out how to pronounce this guy's name. Arizona quarterback name. Don't say Kyler Murray, and it says Kyler Murray. It's hard to find good help. What's the guy's name? Fualala. You know what I'm talking about. If he had played against State last year, we would have been screwed. Colorado caller mighty quiet this week. We'll get to that one too, T-Bake. I'm not surprised. But yeah, I love Arizona in this game. Thursday night game or Friday. I think it might be Friday night. Over under at 58.5. I think you might damage the over button on this one. Like I said, Kansas State could not stop Tulane. Arizona has got a slinger at QB. And Kansas State, I believe, beat Tulane. Fact check me there. But Tulane, the bits and pieces I saw was working them in the air. So yeah, give me Arizona plus 7.5. Where even is game day this week? I don't feel like there's like a really good game for them to go to. But speaking of Tulane, and this is where I would like Jonathan, if you're still on, get Elijah to comment on this. I think it'd be funny. I really like Tulane this year. I think they might be your non-power 4 team in the playoff. Plus 13.5. I think they probably cover that, but I mean Oklahoma struggled last week. Trying to remember what the score was of that Oklahoma game. But yeah, I mean Tulane, like I said, against Kansas State, who's pretty decent defense, they were spinning it. Like I don't know if it was more of just like design, play design, or if their quarterback's actually really good. But I kind of like what I saw from the boys down in NOLA, which a little bit of a distraction. They're getting out of the weather. They're getting out of the weather. So if this game was at Tulane, they'd probably have to go play it somewhere else. So they already knew they were headed to Norman for this one. So yeah, Oklahoma scored 16 points against Houston last week. They win 16-12. Houston is a dumpster fire bad. They lost to UNLV week 1 by a lot. The reason I know that, I lost money on it. So, if you were wondering. Sent it his way. Thanks, pal. Jacobs Cashin. LSU, South Carolina. Oof, that is stinky. South Carolina's quarterback is just so weird looking. I mean, just a dork at QP. But I said QP Mayo. But it's all good. They're figuring it out. They beat Kentucky so bad last week. I had Kentucky -10. We don't have to talk about it. I don't get what happened there. I don't understand South Carolina, how that happened. But good for them. They'll have more SEC wins than State, so that's cool. We're cashing Cobe. Is Florida State gonna win this week? Who they got? Memphis? They got to win, right? I think I have the over. But yeah, I like the over in this game as well. Oklahoma stifled last week by Houston. I think they've got a point to prove offensively in this one. Tulane was going ham against Kansas State. As we get another call in here. You're on Cashin.
Is this Cam?
This is Cam.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well. I heard you were talking about the Sooners. I had to hop on.
Oh, my boy. How we been?
Been good. Not good with the Sooners though.
Yeah.
What's the line? What's the line this weekend?
I've got it pulled up here. It's plus 13.5 Tulane, so minus 13.5 for your boys.
What's the over under?
47.5, which I am absolutely obliterating the over button.
Over button?
I mean, they stunk last week against against Houston, but don't you think they're just going to come out and throw it all on the? I mean, they're going to run every play they got.
All right. Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
We'll be lucky if OU gets to 20.
Is the Dylan Gabriel follow up guy? He's no good?
No, Jackson Arnold's good.
Yeah.
But we have our offensive line couldn't be worse.
Booty. But it's Tulane.
Yeah, but we played Houston last week and we put up 16.
Oh.
And also, in that 16 is deceptive. So we got 2 points on a safety, so that's 14. And then they basically handed us a touchdown. They muffed a punt. We have one drive the whole game. The last 8 drives, no points.
You know what?
It's
you
rough.
Flipped me.
It's a rough time. It's a rough time in Norman. I'd say I wouldn't take Tulane money line because if there's one thing that OU has this year, it's the complete flip of the OU of yesteryear. 2017, 2018, we had the best offense in the country, couldn't stop a nosebleed. It's the exact opposite now.
So they adopted the SEC. Well, they have, like, Benevols is a defensive guy, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But and Levy, I mean, an absolute just guru of offense left you for a better job. So
better job. Let's settle down. Let's slow down a little there. But word from inside the program is that Venables never even took a look at the offense.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
He hasn't taken a look. Yeah, he hasn't even taken a look at the offense because he just handed it to Levy and said, "Do whatever you want." So now that Levy's gone, we have Seth Luttrell in. Seth Luttrell was the head coach at UNT for 6 years. But man, it's rough. We can't run between the tackles. All of our wide receivers are hurt. Jackson Arnold can't stay in the pocket for more than 3 seconds without scrambling. It's rough. I'd say take Tulane plus the points and hammer the under.
I love it. Okay, thanks. See, that's why we have callers like you. Real insight, real understanding of teams that I didn't actually watch last week. So thanks, Elijah.
Yeah, of course.
All right, pal.
I'll call next week to see how I did.
Keep chiming in. Thanks.
All right, bye.
That was my pal Elijah, who called in several times last year, a real Oklahoma expert, and he has flipped me live on the air here. I also was reminded by my pal Colby Williams that our guy Taylor Polk is the co-defensive coordinator for Tulane. Hammer the under. The over never stood a chance. Get the over out of my face and give me the under and the points. I think that is literally a lock. I think that is a lock. I knew Tulane would cover this plus 13.5, but I hate the number of 13.5. If it was 14.5, best believe I would have been on it early. But after that conversation, after the reminder that T. Polk is the co-defensive coordinator, give me the wave and give me the under. And yeah, that makes sense. I was overthinking. Let's be honest. Yeah. Give me the under. Give me Tulane. Disregard the graphic I show here in a bit, please. Thanks. Big time right here, son. The Lawn Dogs. Underdog of the week. Kind of a brutal placement there. We're going to keep it there. Underdog of the week, Lawn Dogs. If you need your grass cut, let's be honest, we all do. If you need your hedges hedged, if you need your turn the gain up, I don't know what. I don't even know what that means, pal. If you want your crepe myrtles murdered, son, but in a good way, call Lawn Dogs 601-573-0117. Get that McCurley cut, son. That brings me to the underdog of the week, Colorado State. The Rams. I'm so out on Coach Prime. So out on Coach Prime. That is an absolute dumpster fire disgrace of a program. And Dion is running it into the ground, slowly but surely, if it wasn't already there. Can't play the fight song anymore. You got to play Shadur's ass rap. Just overall, you're blaming the offensive lineman. Hey, Prime, you're supposed to recruit the offensive lineman, pal. I don't know if they told you. Just an all around, just not a good scene in Boulder. Give me the Rams. I think they gave them a ton of trouble. Didn't they go to OT last year? This is the year the Rams do it big. I think they think they can make the playoffs somehow. They already have a loss, so that's not gonna happen. But give me the Rams +7. That's your Lawn Dogs underdog of the week. Got to get that Buffs caller from last week back on the phone. I think he's too scared, Cobe. I think he's too scared. CSU covering +7, easy. Let's ride, boys. Let's ride. Onward. Let's talk about the college picks. I've got ASU -2. That's tomorrow night. They play. Let's see. Texas State. Texas State is decent. It is at Texas State, but from what I saw from Arizona State last week and now, God, I hope we're better than Texas State. They're gonna run train on, but State never made an adjustment in that game. Like I think the Sacapuntas guy or whatever his name is, Scatabo, that's his name. I think he even said after the game it was disrespectful that we stayed in the same defense, which is just disheartening that even the other players are like, why are you staying in this defense? The three-man front just not going to work against a 280-pound freaking running back or however big that guy was. The guy was a freaking tank. But give me ASU. The coach is nuts. That guy is crazy, and I love that. I love that for them. Arizona +7.5. Like I said, I like the Memphis FSU over 52. Memphis can score. FSU has got to figure it out at some point. Cobe, please chime in if you think I'm crazy. If not, let's ride. Memphis had Troy last week, I think, and they did them pretty dirty, if I remember right. But it's at Florida State at 11 a.m. I think Memphis probably comes out hot and heavy, and then Florida State is like just grasping at every play in their offensive playbook to try to get back. They beat Troy 38-17. They scored 40 against North Alabama. Give me the boys from Blues Towns. A lot of faith in DJU putting up points for the over. Yeah. ASU is bad. I know they're bad. We don't have bodies to go 4 down. 10. Suit me up, pal. I'll go out there, 3-point stance, put me in nose guard. I'll suck up a blocker. Pause. So maybe not the Memphis FSU thing. Guys, I don't know. These games stink. But give me the Tulane and the points +13.5. Water gun fights in practice. I saw that clip, Addison. That was nuts. Got to go under. Sheesh. All right, disregard the over, guys. Damn. Tulane plus 13.5. You know what? We'll sub that Memphis FSU. We're gonna stay away. Okay. I forgot about the Hurricane. Hand up. Forgot about the Hurricane. We're staying away from Memphis FSU. We're rolling with Tulane plus 13.5 and the under. So disregard that little O you see there. That's not even there. Don't even think about it. Colorado State plus 7. As we said, underdog of the week, Lawn Dogs. Give them a call. And then Maryland minus 3 against. Now, this is bad radio. This is bad radio. Ceasefire Fiber. Just so many chinks in your armor, pal. We need you to be fast, efficient. I forgot what I was looking for. Hand up. Oh, Virginia. Yeah, Virginia lost to, or almost lost to Wake Forest. Maryland stewed all over Sparty. So I like the Turtles. They lost to Sparty. Shit. Give me the Turtles. This is bad, fellas. This is bad. Maybe you know, I don't know if Tua's brother's still there, but I like their coach. Virginia stinks. I'm sticking with Maryland. You can't convince me otherwise. Maryland minus 3. That's a lock. All right, boys. All right, boys. NFL week 2. Didn't learn a lot from week 1. A lot of stuff we thought was going to happen, right? Chargers got a dub, which, against the boy. And then, I mean, what else crazy happened? Bengals stink. Patriots. Wow. Titans. Objectively hilarious picture. Will Levis just on his knees after making just the worst play of his life. Jaden Daniels may be good, like I said. Dak got paid, highest paid player ever. Not to brag, saw him a lot as a youth. Chiefs, same old Chiefs. Bills, underwhelming. Which brings me to my next point. Thursday night football, Dolphins, Bills. Feel me? Damn, son, where'd you find this lock? That was bordering on B-face, and I apologize to the world. That was not my intention. I placed that photo elsewhere, and it ended up on my face. So disregard that happened. Tough to get canceled with like 30 viewers, so I think I'm okay. But that wasn't great. Bills versus Dolphins. This is a lock. Lock in the Dolphins. Lock in the Dolphins by a million. Lock in the Dolphins by a trillion, even, maybe. Think about it. It's going to be hard to recover from that. I promise Tyreek's picture was a different location. It ended up on my face, and that was not the intention. But yeah, Dolphins minus 2.5 at home, and Thursday night football, and Tyreek revenge game, and I mean the boys are gonna. I mean, come on, the Josh Allen. He's got to throw to a Florida State guy. I mean, that's just not a recipe for points as we've seen this year. And I think the boys are going to roll 2 touchdowns. Give me the Fins. Also, as I was explaining, I picked up Caleb Williams. in fantasy on my draft. I immediately dropped him for Tua, so I really need Tua to come through. So fingers crossed for your boy. And yes, respectfully, responsibly, effectively bet your mortgage on the Fins. Mike McDaniel, take me home, pal. Saints versus the Cowboys. Do I think that that's probably super hard to read? Yes. Did I know what to do with the Cowboys logo? No. I had no idea. But there it is. Cowboys minus 6.5. Saints plus 6.5. 45.5 over under. Give me the over. Dak, he's got to score points to make the paycheck worth it. Shaheed Carr connection is elite. Some are saying it's like Montana and Jerry Rice. Some are saying it's Big Ben to AB level of connection between those cats. Hurricane revenge game. Saints are going to throw up some major points alone as pal. 47 points against, some would say, an elite defense. Some would say. Now, can we help that the quarterback can't see over the offensive line? No. But the Saints are wagon, and they will win the NFC South, as TJ Carter said last week, and I agreed with. I'm not saying bet the Saints, but plus 6.5 is a little disrespectful after last week's performance. 45.5 though is a lock, as it turns out. As it seems and as it turns out, 45.5 is not enough points. I would mash the over on that one. What else to say? I mean, Dak, highest paid player ever, right? The running game's going to suffer a little bit this year. Zeke is going to have to eat in his 30s or however old he is. Hey, call into the show 601 706 9771. Yeah, I like the over 45.5. I don't know where Aham is. My guy is usually all about some NFL analysis, but he's not around. Bet your mortgage responsibly, yes. I like that, Elijah. How about them Cowboys? Spencer, you are a fungus. Onward. I love the over there, 45.5. This one, real stinky, real smelly, real gross, but I mean, lock. I mean, the R words. The Commanders, the football team, absolute lock here. Minus 1.5. Vegas wants us to think they've outsmarted us with that line. Jaden Daniels went off last week, kind of. He kind of did, fantasy wise. I love the R words, the football team here. Daniel Jones. I saw something today where like a DB for the who did they play last week? Vikings. I can't remember. Basically said like they felt sorry for him. He was so bad. Come on, guys. It's not rocket science, this gambling stuff. Let's take the Skins. I mean the Commanders. Minus 1.5. Brian Daboll is probably going to lose his job. He doesn't deserve it. I think he'd be a decent coach. They just do not have a quarterback. Saquon flew the coop. He's flying with the Eagles. Good first game for him. He won me a couple underdog drafts, to be frank. And that's what I got. Not a ton of NFL games that are just super intriguing, but those three to me seem like pretty easy ones for us, boys. And we're going to have such a good Saturday. We're going to put it all on Tulane, and we're going to have enough to take us into Sunday. We're going to speak that into existence, to consistence. That's the brain power I'm running on right now. All right, last chance to call in while I go over these NFL picks. 601 706 9771. 4 calls today, fellas. That was big time. I want you to call in. I want you to be engaged in the cashingness of it all. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. What is the other thing you can do? Ring the bell, pal. so I don't have to text you every time we're doing the show. But I appreciate you guys watching, sincerely. So like I said, 601 706 9771. Do it. Stop waiting. Just do it. Fins -2.5. God, do I love that. God, do I love that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Fins -2.5. Washington R words -1.5. And I like the Colts this week. And you might be asking, who do they play, Cam? And I would tell you that they're playing. Obviously they're playing. Clearly, they're playing. The damn Packers without Jordan Love. So that's why I went with that. -3.5. Love that for them. Anthony Richardson has a deep ball on him, son. Tight spiral off his back foot. Just a beast. I need him to throw it to Michael Pittman more, if we're being honest. And that's what this show's about. Honesty. Bucks +7 at the Lions. Come on, that's kind of, that's disrespectful to the boys in Tampa. I like the Bucks. They're going to be pretty good. Lions held on last week, but and don't get me wrong, I love the Lions. I truly do. Lions moved to 7.5. You're going to want to jump on that one. You're going to want to jump on that one. But yeah, Tampa Bay +7.5 now. Great value there. Give me Baker. Give me the Bucks. And maybe, just maybe, sprinkle the money line. I want the Lions to do well, but just a thought. Maybe maybe think about it. New Orleans, Dallas over 45.5. Give me a break. Chargers, Carolina under 39. A hilarious over under. Not even at 40 there for that game. I don't know if there's a low enough number. I think you're looking at a 13-10 maybe ball game there. Under 39 on that one. I think the Rams bounce back. I kind of liked what I saw from the Rams against the Lions last week. At Arizona, Vegas doesn't know how to pick with this one. They've got it down to -1 now. I kind of like the Rams. Arizona's going to be scrappy, and I don't think Kyler Murray's as bad as a lot of people say. But you got to think about Call of Duty's coming out soon. He's probably playing the early play stuff. Sounded like such a boomer when I said that. Whatever you call that. And so, Kyler might be down for the count already this year. Only time will tell. And then the Eags -6.5. I don't really like that line at all. But Eagles Monday Night Football at home against Khaki Kirk and the Falcons. I just, less than a touchdown. I like the Eagles to cover there. They covered for us in Brazil. Pretty crazy how they had to act like Brazil was like a super clean, fun, family-friendly place, huh? I mean, maybe it is, but like the post game, they had AJ Brown being like, "Bro, it ain't that bad," So I don't know. You be the judge. But Eagles covered for me. I'm gonna ride the Eagles one more time this week. Other games, you've got just some real bad looking schedule here. To be honest, I mean, Niners at Minnesota, Seattle at New England. Seattle -3.5 might be something you look at. Browns at Jacksonville. Probably go with the Jags. I mean, is Jameis Winston going to start? Like, how does that work with Deshaun getting another just massage therapy case against him? Vegas at Baltimore -9 for the Ravens. I don't know. I mean, that's a crazy line for an NFL NFL game, but I would probably stay away from that. Pittsburgh at Denver, I mean, come on. Over under is 36.5, which is just laughable. Maybe go over on that, honestly. Bengals at Kansas City, probably hammer Kansas City there. And then Sunday night is Bears at the Texans. So I think they really want Caleb Williams to be a thing, which I get. I mean, he seems like he's going to be okay, but man, that first game was pretty brutal. But yeah, that's what we're cashing with this week, fellas. You know, pretty weird slate in college. NFL is just so soon to tell. You know, if you're out there just making bets, you know, think about the under most of the time in the NFL, and you know, consider a touchdown line being pretty nuts for an NFL game. Yeah, they don't blow a lot of teams out in the NFL. Maybe, you know, I could eat my words there, but that's all I got. Somebody you want to call in? 601-706-9771. I'll stall for a couple minutes. Appreciate everyone tuning in, calling in, chatting. FSU got to stop having water gun fights. Yes, Addison. Jacob took offense to a brother's. That's Maryland. How about them Cowboys? Spencer, as I said, just a fungus. Go Fins. I guess go Dogs against Toledo. I mean, if you need help against Toledo, we're in trouble. Who dat, as they say. Everyone stay dry. Don't watch this again. You know, if you want to stay dry. That was all right. And yeah, board up your windows. Buy all the bread. Buy toilet paper. What else do people do in natural disasters? Buy gas. Buy a lot of gas. Go purchase a generator. I'm talking a giant generator. Like one that could probably power your whole house. I would really strongly consider that if I were you right now. So maybe do that. And let me know if you do. I'll be over there if my power goes out. We can kumbaya. Yeah, like the video, comment, share with your friends, with your pals. We're all pals here. And yeah, that's it.